Good morning. I'm Jason McDonald. Um, I practice meditation and study the Buddha's teachings, which is called the Dharma. And, with the coronavirus happening, I think there's been a great deal of anxiety across the whole entire country. I think that we've got a nation of people that, really there's a mounting mental health crisis. And I think a lot of people don't really know, how do I manage um, how do I manage my emotions? How do I manage the fear, the anxiety, et cetera? And so I just wanted to talk for a few minutes. This is going to be probably just a 10-minute chat because I have to attend a meeting shortly. One of the things that the Buddha taught very, very specifically is impermanence. What impermanence is essentially is uh, the nature of reality. Um, I was listening to a teacher called Ajahn Chah, who is a Thai forest master teacher yesterday, and he said he compared our bodies. He said our bodies are lumps of deterioration, and he compared our bodies to a block of ice sitting out in the sun. Okay, you put a block of ice out in the sun, it's going to melt, and you can see it right before your eyes that it's melting. Our bodies are deteriorating much more slowly, but they are deteriorating nonetheless. Think about your body now versus 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Um, there's not anything we can do to change impermanence. Everything is constantly changing around us. Change is really the only thing you can rely on. The problem is that most of us don't really embrace impermanence because we really crave security. We want things to be reliable and secure and safe. And really, at the end of the day, we want to be okay. We want to exist. We want to live. And so the problem is that our nature, from the perspective of, um, psychological conditioning, that's really a result of evolution. Our nature is to crave existence, to crave to be okay, to crave to live. So at the end of the day, as long as we continue to grasp security, we're not going to be okay. And I think with all of the hype surrounding coronavirus, and when I say that, I don't mean that it's not real. I'm staying in the house. I'm not leaving, and I'm doing everything I can to avoid contact with anybody because I don't have any desire to have the virus. Having said that, I've prepared myself mentally if for some reason I do get sick, um, and I do die, then what happens? And you just really at the end of the day, you have to embrace and accept it. There's not anything we can do to control things aside from doing what's smart, such as staying inside as much as you can. If you go out, being very careful, always doing the social distancing of 6 feet. Other than doing those things that we have control over, there's not much else that we can do. So to spend a bunch of time worrying and being really fearful is really kind of a waste of our energy. But if you turn on the news or you go to your news app, it's really hard because everybody is, the media's job is to sell advertising, so they always sensationalize things. Again, I'm not downplaying the severity of this pandemic because I'm 41 and I've never seen anything close to this. So I'm not downplaying it, and I think we should take it very seriously and do everything we can to be safe. But keep in mind, we don't have control over it, and it's just part of the impermanent world. There's a fire of impermanence. Everything's changing around us, and it can't stop, and it won't stop. And no matter what you do or what we do to try to change the truth of impermanence, it's not possible to succeed. So wouldn't it be better to just let go, relax, meditate a little bit, embrace impermanence, and contemplate impermanence? One of the things you can do is you can sit quietly for a few moments And, I have some meditation instructions on my channel, but, you can cross your legs, or you can sit in a chair with your feet flat on the ground and your hands facing down on your thighs. You can close your eyes, and you can just sit quietly for a few moments, recognizing the impermanent sensations in your body. So our bodies, all day, every day, there are sensations arising and falling, arising and falling. You can even tap your leg if you want to feel the sensation arise and fall. So if you just put your attention in the body and you sit quietly and you start to watch all the sensations in your body arising and falling, you'll come to the conclusion that everything's impermanent. The same thing with our moods. And by the way, impermanence frees us from all anxiety and all stress and all fear. It's not only the coronavirus that it can help us manage, but it's all aspects of anxiety and fear in our lives. And I think in the modern world, everybody's so busy that we need the freedom that comes from contemplating impermanence. So if you think about the sensations in your body, if you think about the outside world, everything is impermanent. From the day we were born, nothing has ever remained the same. Anytime you had a job, or anytime you attended a school, or anytime you had a relationship, girlfriend or boyfriend, family members, we've all had family members die or friends die. TV shows come and go. When you watch a movie that you enjoy, if you really love it, you're sort of hating the moment that it's going to end, because that all that joy you're having will go away. When you get something new, whether it's a device like an iPhone or a computer or even a car or a house, when you first get it, it's great, but it's impermanent. So that greatness and that joy will go away. So contemplate the outside world. Everything is impermanent. Contemplate your moods. We are thrown around and controlled and dominated by our moods. When we're happy, everything's all right. When we're mad, everything's bad, and it doesn't matter what anybody says to us. We're gonna react negatively. Those moods are not us. They're impermanent, transient things rolling right by. Okay? Contemplate thoughts. Most people have never seen a thought come and go, but if you meditate, what you'll see is your thought will come, and then it just dissolves. If you look right at it, it will just dissolve. So thoughts, feelings, emotions, everything's impermanent. And we're all going to die, and we have to accept that. And I'm not saying that this virus is going to kill all of us, because I certainly hope it won't. But we are all going to die. So far, I haven't seen anybody get out of this thing alive, this thing called life. So contemplating death and impermanence is a very intelligent thing to do, because if you just start to accept it, that it's going to happen, there's nothing I can do. I don't know when it's going to happen. I could choke on my coffee. Looks like I survived, but I could choke on my coffee. I could choke on my breakfast. I could walk out to my mailbox, and some freak accident could happen, and I could slip on a rock and bash my head into the cement and then just not wake up, right? I mean, these things happen. So we are going to die. We don't know when, but we really should accept it. And a great way to do this is to just sit quietly and meditate. And you can watch your breath. I have another video about just putting your attention in different parts of your body, from your head to your toes, just sitting quietly, scanning your body. Another thing is watching the breath, breathing in and out of your nose, closing your mouth, breathing in and out of your nose naturally, and keeping the attention right here. If you meditate on the breath, you can even watch the impermanence of the breath. It comes and it goes. Every time a breath comes in, it will fall back out, and that's impermanent. So everything's impermanent, including the virus, and we don't have any control over it. And we really should practice receptivity and acceptance and openness to the world around us. We also should pray for all the people that have been sick, are sick, or have died. We should pray that the suffering ends. And we should really keep that love and compassion in our hearts. So that's all I have for today. I wanted to be very quick. I have to start another meeting. I wish you all well. I love you all. Sending my happiness. If anybody has questions, please comment or let me know. And may impermanence free us all. Okay. I dedicate the merit of this short talk to all sentient beings. Okay. Take care.